Knight 2049, Berserk, no Berserk. We'll do no Berserk. Alright, A3, Mengarini. Yeah, okay. 6. No acceptance. I could push B5. I think it's quite annoying. I think it's quite annoying. What are you gonna do with your knight? I'm gonna chase it. Ooh. We chased him all the way home. In fact, we can revel in our victory by potentially just leaving our queen out. Like right here, like queen takes d4, and just because there's no knight c6, they play e5. Okay, I'll go here. Seems like a nice diagonal now that it will be unblocked. I'd love to trade dark light square bishops and then use this outpost, perhaps. I should have taken while I had the chance. Now, yeah, this knight will be fighting for this key square that I would love to dominate. Okay, now I'll take it. And right. So yeah, basically they're left with this very poor bishop. That was my idea, with these very poor pawns. Well, you're like a4, a5. No. With these very poor pawns, they're stuck on the same color. But that's basically the grand plan. And so I want to really control this outpost in front of this pawn. I'm basically going to make them suffer. So yeah, I want to trade everything other than that dark square bishop. Basically, I want to leave them with just that dark square bishop so they can't even fight for any light squares. No knights, no light square bishops, nothing. So I can just grab d6 right now. a6, I commend them for that. They're trying to fight, even at the cost of this pawn. Okay. Oh, you know what I should have done? Actually, knight c3 would have been a very good move, because knight takes b5 would have really anchored a3, and the knight would have sat really, really well right there. But yeah, okay, my knight will sit really well on d5. Let's see here. Knight d5, rook takes, knight takes b6. Go over. Maybe rook a1, rook a8. Alright. Yeah, knight d5 though. Knight d5 is still the plan, and this knight will be so, so much better than that bishop. Yeah, so they're trying to make me make this trade, and I do not want to. What I can do here is knight d5, so if they take my queen, I'll take their queen. We can trade queens like that. They play their queen d8, so I step out the way. Yeah, all good. So I've achieved this. This is what I wanted. Knight sits there. Gorgeous, gorgeous knight. Will be untouched for the rest of the game. Nobody can trade off for it. Nobody can attack it. Just in the middle of the board, anchored. Nothing can hit the light squares right now. And as I try to clear the A file, basically just going to try and play around my knight and its strength. Its immense strength. A file is the one wrench in things, but honestly, it's fine. And yeah, I'm gonna try to play like g3, h4, just trying to expand my position. I got everything protected, right? So like, okay, they're on the a file, but yeah, they can't find anything to do either. Just playing king g7. I could at any moment try and take this pawn, but I like just controlling the board right now. And maybe h4 and h5. Continue to put the squeeze on him. This bishop is useless. There's nothing really that it can attack. It's blocked by its pawns here. King g2, rook h1. Start looking at some ideas on the h-file. g5? I'll let them play g5. That just makes another weakness. Worsens that even more. It had some freedom over here. But I'm not sure why h6. Otherwise my rook will go here. His bishop a5 is trying, but it's just hitting nothing. It's just hitting nothing. Rook takes. Alright, let's dance around a bit. Knight e7, knight f5, and now we can really look at attacking. I think they have to give the rook there. No? They do not, but now they're under serious threat, and they were actually flag. Yeah, so I think the strategic element that happened here was really in like this position. They play your e5, right? So dark square pawns, immediate obvious hole here, right? So that's, I immediately say I want this knight, thanks 42 vexations for the follow, versus this bishop as like the last things on the board, right? I want that knight to be there, but I don't want it to be traded off by any of these guys. So I need to get rid of them. So first thing I do, well, I try to control this diagonal, but we get rid of those light square bishops. And then as soon as knight b6 comes, I'm trading off these guys, and then I'm able to trade off one last set of knights. And eventually, I get the knight on d5, where it's totally anchored in the middle of the board. Nobody can touch him against a very poor dark square bishop blocked in by its own pawns. And we just kind of play around that. But that was the key strategic element.